Hello guys and welcome back to the Red Devil Stand with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. You know what? We can see the panic have already started within Manchester United. Erik ten Hag realizing that the signings he have made is just not enough. It is simply not enough, simply not good enough. We have heard our manager saying it over and over again that good is not good enough, and it is true, absolutely true. Good is not good enough, and we are nowhere near good. So you can see the position in which Manchester United stands right now. Is it worrisome? Absolutely it is. In my opinion, it absolutely is a lot worrisome, not only a bit. So yeah, man, we have a lot to get into today. So make sure to smash that like button. And if you are new to the community and you are liking the show, please do subscribe. Our next target is to reach that 175 subscriber marks. So please, help us do that. Rohit and Pooja have already joined us. Thank you so much, brother, for joining us. See, the thing is that we have all seen the match. We have all seen the matches. We weren't expecting. Our expectation was a lot higher than this when the Premier League season kicked off. We really thought that in this year it would be a bit different, but as it stands right now, as we have already seen, the both matches we have played against Wolves and against Tottenham, let's not forget that they have lost some heavyweight players. They absolutely did. Both of those teams' managers are quite new to the team. Even Spurs manager haven't even managed any Premier League side ever. So it was his first time managing a Premier League side, and both of those teams still managed to eclipse Manchester United. And that just shows you the level we are standing in right now. It is worrisome, brother. I will not kid with you. I will not lie to you. If I'm being honest with you, absolutely, I'm quite worried that even, if you ask me right now, I do not see us finishing in that top 4. So please do let me know your opinion on that poll I have put on. Rohit is saying, hello, Bhaiya. I will read out your message, Rohit. I definitely will. What are you guys writing? You guys are writing. Okay, I will get into your comments, brother. I definitely will. Erik have also joined us. So yeah, man, I was talking about, the situation we are in right now. We are already seeing some panic. There are some news coming out that we are, linked with Marco Verratti right now. I do not know why we are going for another central midfielder. I do not see that. I cannot see any good that would do us. The one and foremost thing we are lacking right now is that our ability to score goal. Our finishing ability is absolutely up for discussion. It's abysmal. It's absolutely abysmal, I must say that. So yeah, we need to, change those things as soon as possible. And believe me, I have said that earlier. I definitely said that it simply does not give me any pleasure in saying that what I am hearing from Erik ten Hag, it is quite similar what Jose Mourinho has said, what Lee Van Gaal have said, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have said in their second season. I guess Erik ten Hag is, realizing right now that the job in Manchester United is quite mission impossible. It is quite hard. It is hard. I have said that so many times. We have seen this format repeating every other year, especially when we get a new manager. He fights tooth and nail with our team. We qualify for that Champions League. We secured that top 4 spot, and on that very next season, in the second season of the new manager, he does not get the backup he absolutely deserves, which is the case with Erik ten Hag as well. I will say that. This is what is going on right now. See, I do not know. I do hope that Erik ten Hag does have a proper plan for Mason Mount, but some things we have learned, if we have learned anything in the past couple of matches, that Rashford does not work as the center forward. Garnacho should come out on the bench, and he can be a very impactful substitute. That is his role as it stands right now, because Rashford is quite matured as a left wing. He is one of the best left winger in Europe. So I do not see any point playing him on that center forward area in where his he's non-existent. He's potentially non-existent. So if up till the time we are not getting Haaland, we should play Sancho as that false nine. We have seen that he could put up a decent job. I'm not saying he can be a world-class false nine, but yes, he does a job. He does a good job on that particular position. We have seen that in the preseason matches. Mount and Bruno Fernandes does not work together. Eric Ten Hag needs to work on those things. Absolutely. Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka does not work as the inverted, midfielder, as an inverted fullback. Those things does not work. Absolutely, it does not work. Are those players bad? Absolutely not. Rashford is a world-class left winger. Mason Mount is a world-class attacking mid, such as Bruno Fernandes. Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka are both really good players, but they are not working with each other at all. Eric Ten Hag needs to fix all those things. As you guys already know, that your Red Devil bro have a lot of faith. In Eric Ten Hag. I trust in Eric Ten Hag. I believe in Eric Ten Hag. But the way it is going right now, it does make me put some question in front of him. I'm not saying I'm not putting him off or anything. I will not bash him. I will not banter him. He have most definitely earned our respect, so I will give him that. But there are some things we need to fix, and we need to fix that right away. We absolutely need that. Because see, the thing is that, I will say one thing. The Fred transfer does not make sense to me at all. You will ask me why. I will give you the answer. When Fabrizio Romano came out and said that Fred was the one, Fred or Van de Beek was the one we have to let go of so that we can go out and secure Amrabat. So why haven't we done that yet? So obviously it is clear that selling Fred wasn't enough. So why did he let him go when we knew that letting him go would not do us any good? And obviously rejecting the offer for Scott McTominay. We have got a £30 million offer for a player who does not deserve that amount of money, that amount of transfer. I don't know how many of you guys will comply with me that, but Scott McTominay is not a £30 million player, but we still rejected that, and now we are on a panic mode, and we are getting linked with players like Marco Verratti. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but the first and foremost thing we are facing right now is our lack of ability to score goals. Amrabat will not help us score goals. Verratti will not help us score goals, and the same is with Mason Mount as well. So why aren't we going for a striker, out and out striker? We have spent around 70 million euro on a player who is injured and who is only 20 years of age. I am not dismissing those ideas. I have said that it's a brilliant idea. We have signed those players, fine. Absolutely fine, but that is just not enough. So many of you, not many of you guys, I have seen in social media and all other platforms, the Manchester United fans, talking about that Murdoch madness, that we have had a wonderful transfer market. This kind haven't seen this kind of transfer market for Manchester United for a very long time. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, seriously. Seriously, are you guys serious about all those stuff? I do not think so. I do hope so that they're not serious about all those things, because it is absolutely clear how a shitty window we have just had. We need improvement. We absolutely need injection of money and players in this club. In that, 13, 14 days left in our transfer market, we should definitely make do work of it. We should work our ass off to make some real deal happening. Not go for Marco Verratti. I have nothing against that player. But signing a central mid will do us no good while scoring a goal. We need a fucking out and out striker. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. We need a goal scorer who can smash the ball inside that net. We need that kind of player. Anyway, I will read out your comments. Rohit, you have put up a really longer one. Before completely writing off Ten Hag 2 games into his second season, why don't you actually look at his time at United so far? Inherited the worst United team of all time in Premier League history and lost several members of the squad that needed replacing. Pogba, Cavani, Mata, Matic, etc. Horrendous start, losing first 2 games, not having a recognized striker all season. Ronaldo's situation had to stand up to one of the biggest characters in football. Ownership shambles, Greenwood situation, many more. However, he won us our first trophy for years, got us back in the Champions League, really changed the mood in the stadium and around the club. Yes, the first two games may have not been a great match, but to say Ten Hag out after these two games is just pathetic. We know this is a project, so stick with it and don't manage it. It's a joke to say Ten Hag out after just two games. Who have said that, Rohit? I have not done that. Are you telling me that, brother? I have not outed Eric Ten Hag at all. I'm just saying that we can put some viable questions in front of Eric Ten Hag. As a fan, we have a right to do that. We have a right to ask our manager, because see, the honeymoon season is over, brother. Let's not kid with that. The honeymoon season is over. Now it is now that the real deal have already started. He will get judged. He absolutely will get judged. What you have said right now, it is as important as what I was saying right now. And as I've said, man, it was a shit show of a transfer window. That is not Eric Ten Hag's fault. Absolutely not. He wanted Harry Kane. He wanted Declan Rice, Caicedo. He wanted Frankie de Jong. He wanted, Kim Min-jae. He wanted Axel Disasi. He haven't got any of those players. So yeah, we have lost, as you have said, we have lost Pogba, Cavani, Ronaldo. We haven't replaced any of those guys. Yeah, we have bought Casemiro. So yeah, but what about Ronaldo and Cavani? We haven't replaced them yet. Yeah, we have signed a player, spending 70 million pounds, 70 million euros on a 20-year-old guy. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. But why would you sign only that player? And I'm not asking that to Eric Ten Hag. The one thing I will ask Eric Ten Hag, that when you knew that we need an out-and-out striker, we all knew when our last season ended that we need a striker. So why would you go out and buy your first player, as Mason Mount as your first player, as your first signing in this summer transfer window, and you are not even letting him play in his natural position? So after signing Mason Mount lost his natural position. Rashford lost his natural position. We do not have a striker. Garnacho is getting the start. Clearly, he does not deserve. Luke Shaw is playing as an inverted fullback, which doesn't work at all. And many of our players like Lisandro Martinez, players like Luke Shaw, players like Casemiro, Rashford, those are brilliant players, really good players, but they do not look fit at all. They do not look match fit. I do not know what is going on in Carrington. I really don't know. I hope that they are not overworking, because they look tired, man. They look tired. You have seen why clubs like Wolves and Spurs can have the ability to outfit our players. That is simply unacceptable. There is no excuse for that. And I will criticize on Eric Ten Hag's one notion. He said yesterday in the pre-match conference that it is always difficult to start a season. Why is it that the case? Why is that the case, that it is difficult? If he said that it was crucial to start a season, I would have gotten that. Okay, there is a difference between crucial and difficult. If you have said it is crucial, always crucial to start the season, I would have definitely gotten that. But he said it is always difficult to start a season. Why? It is not difficult for Manchester City. It is not difficult for Liverpool or Chelsea or clubs like Arsenal, Newcastle. So why it is difficult when it comes to Manchester United? Why are our players not ready for the upcoming season? We have seen that even in the small teams like Bournemouth, Luton Town, Nottingham Forest, all of those teams have shown some guts, have shown some energy at the very least at the start of the season. But we haven't seen that from our players. Our players clearly look tired. So why is that the case? There is no excuse for all those things, man. And Eric Ten Hag is bound to answer all those questions. The answer we are getting from him, he is saying that the midfield was good. I mean, seriously, was he watching the same match we were all watching? And he can say out loud that the midfield was good, that we do not need any more signings, we need more goals. He is becoming, I am quoting someone, and he said, he is the Dutch Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He is talking that way. The level of integrity, the level of respect Eric Ten Hag earned in the last season, and I will give him that. I will give him every one of those things. But he needs to answer some questions right now. He cannot just answer it by saying some vague things like, yeah, the midfield was good. It was absolutely shit. You do not have to be a football pundit to see how shitty our midfield was in the last two games. Yeah, it was in the Spurs first half, we performed a little better than we did in that Bulls game, but that is nowhere near the quality we were expecting from our squad. So yeah, brother, I will question Eric Ten Hag. I will not diminish him. I will not disrespect him. I will not banter him, but I will ask him some questions. I will. I definitely will, brother. Hello, Bhaiya. Hello, Rohit. Eric is saying, not writing of Ten Hag, I am writing of the attitude of the player in the games. They don't seem to want to fight and give 100%. They need to improve their decisions and using their vision. Many times they are so focused on trying to win the game on their own instead of playing as a team and passing the ball to teammates in a much better position. Yeah, brother. See, the thing is that, as I just mentioned, Marcus Rashford is a quite experienced left winger. As Roy Keane have said, I know that our pundits can speak out of their ass at times, but he's quite right about Marcus Rashford, that he looks like a child. The first touches, the first dribbles he have made, you can see clearly he does not prefer that position in the middle. He is not comfortable in that position, and we are wasting a talent by keeping him playing on that particular situation. I know that Eric Ten Hag wants to switch up some play, but you cannot expect every player to play that way. If you wanted a defensive mid first, why haven't you signed Amrabat then? Why have you? I have no problem with the signing of Mason Mount. I have no problem with that. But if Eric Ten Hag wanted a defensive-minded midfield, why he would have gone and signed Mason Mount as our first signing of the summer? He should have secured Amrabat. Now is the time he could have gotten Mason Mount, because I have said that from the very beginning. When that Mason Mount deal came on, I was quite stunned, because we had multiple players to play on that position. But what we do not have is a backup to Casemiro. I know Mainu, but we will not know when Mainu will be back. Yeah, Eric Ten Hag have said yesterday that it will be around 2 months, and you can see the similarity, between our previous managers and Eric Ten Hag is getting right now. He's talking like those other previous managers. That yeah, our midfield was good. We were quite good enough. We performed quite well. The only thing I will criticize about is the ability to score goals and all that stuff. That is not good enough. Our manager said himself that good is not good enough. So what he is speaking right now is not good. So it is not good enough. Absolutely not, brother. Ole did very well with his first season. Mourinho did the same thing. If you want to talk about that one, he won Carabao Cup and Europa League. Guy, Manchester United deserve more than all these things. We need consistency, not today in form, tomorrow out of form. I'm not saying he should be out, but let him prove his reasons why he should not be sacked. That's all. I'm not saying that, man. I will not call out Eric Ten Hag. I will not sack Eric Ten Hag. I mean, if we sack Eric Ten Hag, who will be our next manager? Just name me one guy who will be, who will be ready, who will be accepting that role of becoming a Manchester United manager in the position we are in right now. Yeah, our club is in shit position right now. Our negotiators are shitty. Our officials are shitty. I will not even get into our owners. All the problems lies inside them, believe me. All the problems we will face, no matter in which aspect we are facing that. The Glazers are the reason we are facing that. Let's not forget about that. As I've said, you can banter Eric Ten Hag as much as you can. The only reason I will not, as I've said so many times, you can get excited by the signings of Onana, Hojlund and Mount, but we will have to keep in mind those were not his first choices. Maybe Mason Mount, but he wanted Harry Kane. He wanted Caicedo or Rice in this season. He wanted Kim Min-jae in this season. He wanted Axel Disasi in this season. He haven't got any of those players. He haven't got those. But keeping all those things in mind, still, he needs to stick to the role the player are comfortable with. He needs to do that. He absolutely needs to do that. He needs to stop playing Rashford in the middle. He needs to stop playing Bruno Fernandes from the right. He needs to stop giving the start to Garnacho, at least for now. He needs to stop expecting Luke Shaw as an inverted fullback, because it clearly does not work. So those are the things Eric Ten Hag should work on. He should work on with what he have. So what he have is all those players. So yeah, I know that in the modern day football, the fullbacks are getting inverted. But if our players are not capable of doing that role, stop trying to do that. Stop trying to do that thing over and over again. Maybe Pavard was the guy who could have done that, but we haven't got him, and now he's going to Inter Milan. So there is no point talking about him anymore. We can moan about all day long, but that will not change the fact that we are not going to get any other centre back because we were not able to sign, sell Harry Maguire. Because the time West Ham has came out and proposed a £60 million bid for both Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, which we clearly didn't deserve from those two players at the very least. No matter what you say, I do not care about their nationality. I do not care about how much Manchester United have spent to get them. The only thing that matters is the level of gameplay they have provided us with. And that was absolute shit over the years, especially for Harry Maguire. Here we have seen some glimpses, here and there regarding Scott McTominay. But Maguire was a pure class shit, man. So rejecting £60 million for those two players, obviously you will have consequences. You will have consequences. It was clear yesterday when we were struggling in that midfield, Erik ten Hag still didn't opt for Scott McTominay. So it is quite clear he is up for sale. So why would you reject that £30 million offer from West Ham for a player who is not worth that money? Why the fuck would you do that? That is the question I will ask Erik ten Hag. I am not going to say that sack Erik ten Hag or something like that. I am not stupid that I will say those things, say such things. If there is some guy talking about sacking Erik ten Hag, absolutely stupid, brother. Whoever that may be. They does not understand football. They do not have the IQ to understand football. So that is the main reason they are saying all those stuff to, sack Erik ten Hag. If we sack Erik ten Hag, there is absolutely no quality manager out there who will accept the job as a manager of Manchester United, because they already know what a shit show this is. It is no surprise to anyone. Erik ten Hag had a lot of guts to join as the Manchester United manager, even knowing what circus goes on around here. We all know that. As Manchester United for more than 20 years, we all know that how it has been for the past couple of decades. So yeah, brother, it is not new to us. So I will ask the questions to Erik ten Hag, which is quite viable to ask him the thing which are under him, under his control. So I will ask those things. Prithviraj is saying, enough to win these games. My real issue is with these United players. You would think a year with Ten Hag and they would be much better than what we have seen. There's just something with these players where they just fold under pressure and it doesn't seem to go away. That's where my concerns are. Really, yeah, man. Every time these players are like a spoiled brat. Believe me, they act like a spoiled brat. Every time they do not get the result they want, their shoulders falls down. They shouts their head. They are in a very dismissive, attitude. And yeah, it's okay. We haven't done it. Yeah, okay, we will see in the next match. Why? Fight tooth and nail until the final whistle blows. Why have I don't know, man. I don't know what is wrong with this fucking squad. It does not matter which player we buy. They will act the same way. They will do it the same way. Believe me. I've already seen that with Mason Mount yesterday. He was quite down as well. He wasn't look confident at all. He didn't look confident to me at the very least. I'm not bashing him, but those are the things we should talk about. The mentality of the team from the very beginning of the season, where the smallest and the smallest of the clubs feels, enthusiastic, feels energetic, feels ecstatic to play the first games, to win the first games, to secure as much point as we can while we can. But no, for Manchester United, it's same old, brother. Yeah, the only positive, if you compare it to the last season, yeah, we have 3 points, which we haven't in the last season. We've lost both of those. And in this year, yeah, we have secured 3 points. That is the only difference I can see. If we compare the season starts in regarding both the seasons. So yeah, man. Siddharth is saying, we have all right to criticize. His favoritism will drag us down. Tell me how is it possible for Philip Pelistri in 10 minutes to make an impact more than Anthony in 80 minutes? Whenever I watch Saka, Kulusevski, Oli, Salah, I question myself, how come Anthony fails to do half of what they do? Casemiro is starting to become a liability. He looks weak. We need Amadou Onana and Amrabat. I will definitely comply with that of your, Anthony remark, brother, but I will absolutely not comply with that Casemiro remark. I will absolutely not comply with that. He does not look match fit. I will give you that. Not only he, Not only Casemiro, Martinez does not look match fit. And you know what the funniest part is? I have heard so many Manchester United fans complaining about the fact that Varane is getting old, Varane is the slowest one, but Varane is the only centre back who stood out in that back four. I will definitely say that. So it's a fun to them. I can have a laugh, in front of them, but I will not do that. I will definitely not do that. But yeah, man, Casemiro looks lazy. Seriously, brother, Casemiro looks lazy. You can see he looks unfit. He looks tired, which is the case with Rashford, which is the case with Mason Mount, which is the case with Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. All of those players look tired, and that is the main question I have been asking. Why do they look tired in the very first period of the season? That should not have been the case. Spurs players didn't look tired. Wolves players didn't look tired. I have watched yesterday all of those games. The Liverpool game, they didn't look tired. Manchester City's or Newcastle's player didn't look tired. So why are we the only one facing all those hardships when it comes to our fitness? So clearly there is something wrong going on in the training which needs to change. I do not know. I do not watch their training. I do not watch their training sessions every day. It is not possible from where I live and what I do. So yeah, brother, I don't know the answer to it. And that is the exact reason I will ask those questions to Erik ten Hag if I was the journalist. Yeah, man, I would have done that. Ricky saying full support for Erik ten Hag, Glazers out of glory. Yeah, man, absolutely, man. It's absolutely. Believe me, guys, whatever the problem we are facing, it does not matter is it on the pitch or off the pitch. It's regarding our transfer, it's regarding our sale of the players. It does not matter. It will all, if you break down all those problems, it will always come down to the Glazers. It will always come down to the Glazers. There is not an ounce of doubt about that, man. There is not an ounce of doubt about that. There has been 33 votes. 52 of you guys think that we will be the winner. Okay, man. Okay. It makes me happy, but it is funny if you ask me, man. I do not see that happening. If that happens, absolutely kudos to you guys who do think that. I do think that we will finish in the top 4. I do think that. I do hope so. But I do not see us winning the Premier League, man, in this season at the very least. Rahul is saying, kindly to those criticizing the coach after losing one game, go and support the other teams which are doing well. Quite right, Rahul. Quite right, Rahul. The Wolves coach was only a week or less, but performed better against Ten Hag. Not Ten Hag, man. The Tottenham coach is also a new coach and played better against Erik ten Hag, who has spent a year with these players and has bought his own players. Truth be told, Erik ten Hag is average. Man. See, I see your point. I see your frustration. I see where are you coming from. But we have to see what we have said, that Erik ten Hag with his own players, yeah, he has some own players. He does. But you also have to sign some players which he didn't want it at the first place. So we will have to keep all those things in mind. Yeah, I will not defend Anthony anymore. I will still defend Mount as he's new to the team. I will do that. I will give him some benefit of doubt for some limited period of time. But I will stop defending Anthony, man. He should have done better. He should have done better. He absolutely should do way better. I guess Paul Scholes recognized him way earlier when he said that Anthony was a one-trick pony. He is. Everybody knows his movements. Everybody knows what he will do, when he will do that, in which leg he will use to shoot the ball and everything. There is no trick which is unknown to an opponent defender. So yeah, I will criticize Anthony. He deserves that. It is that if a younger player such as Pellistri can come out and play a more impactful game in just 10 minutes, what he has gotten, that just shows you the level of Anthony, which needs to increase. Absolutely, which needs to increase. There is no doubt about that. Absolutely not an ounce of doubt about that, Anurag. Osman is saying, he is so stubborn, he can't learn from mistakes. Garnacho is an average kid. Why play him when we have better options like Sancho, Mount and Bruno? Can't play together. Here we have Scott, but he can't play him. Ten Hag should be careful. This is not Ajax. Yeah, man. See, the thing is that if we are going to play Mount, play him on that right wing. Put Sancho on the middle, Rashford on the left, Bruno in his natural position. Start with Casemiro, Bruno, and maybe Eriksen. Do that. Try to do that and let the defenders play their own role. Let us play the centre back as the centre back, the full backs as the full backs. Why invert them? I know it is the modern day football, but you do not have to follow every step what modern day football is representing. It is okay to play the fullbacks as the fullbacks. It has done the job. It has done the job. It has done the job. When Ferguson won that treble, he was using his fullback as the fullback, so it does work. It is not like that. Yeah, one day, one fine morning, we woke up and the fullbacks are not working in football anymore. That is not the case. So why try the hard way? When we all know how good Luke Shaw is from the left, how good Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Dalot can be from the right, so why invert those fullbacks into that midfield position which they clearly are not comfortable with? That is the question I will definitely ask Eric Ten Hag. Seriously, brother, I will do that. Rian is saying, much have we spent so far? Is that money not enough to replace those important members who left? I don't know, man. Please forget his 1 year tenure. We are looking ahead, not backward. Ownership does not concern his work. It is to win trophies. That is all ownership does concern, brother. Ownership does concern. Shubhaji, the players he wants. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there that saying that we have spent 170, 80 million pounds already. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. It is as clear as it can be. No, we haven't spent 170 million pounds this year. Why? Because we have sold some player as well. So what is our net spend? It is around 90 million. So what have we spent this year? 90 million, not 170 million. Not 170 million, because we do not get a single penny from our owners to make any kind of buyout in the transfer season. Those who are not aware of that, please do clearly know that Eric Ten Hag or any other manager haven't got a single penny from the Glazers when it comes to the transfer markets. We use the club's money to buy out players. So yeah, our net spend is around 90 million, and that is what we have spent, not 170 million. I will not repeat that again. I just put a full stop to this subject right now, man. Vitopati Singh, why did he let Fred go and no replacement is bought? Absolutely spot on question there. It did bother me. Last night when I was thinking about all those stuff, we were fed the information that if we can get rid of Fred, we will go out and buy Amrabat. Clearly that is not the case. So Eric Ten Hag should have known that. So why he would let go of one player who would have done at least a better job than what Mason Mount is doing, by playing beside Casemiro? It does not make any sense. Yeah, he could have sold Fred when it was sure that, if I sell Fred, it is absolutely sure that, we can go out and secure a player like Amrabat, but it was not the case. It wasn't the case, so I do not know why he let go of him, in such a hurry. When does he realize that a certain partnership does not work? Example, Bruno and Mount. How many games must we lose before he comes to his senses? Man, I do not know, man. I guess the answer is blowing in the wind, man. So yeah, when he will see that Rashford is a number 9 not working, there are many questions than answers. Yeah, man. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I just lost your comment. Rito Bruto, I guess, yeah. Shonathan is saying, as long as we continue to see Rashford as a world-class player, because of temporary form here and there, we'll continue to suffer. I can name at least 5 left wingers off the top of my head who are better than Rashford, which is supposed to be the best position. We are nowhere near ready to compete with players like this. Yeah, man. See, the thing is that I can name 10 players who are better than Rashford, but Rashford is one of the best players in Europe on that position. But had he played on that position, you cannot judge a player who is playing in a different role, clearly in which he is not comfortable with. That is the main problem I have with Eric Ten Hag. He says that our midfield is good, but the only thing I have a problem with is our scoring ability. So why we are getting linked with Verratti? What, Verratti is a striker? The last I heard, he is a midfielder. So yeah, in the last 2 weeks, we are going to get Amrabat and Verratti, both of those players. I don't know how many goals we will get out of them. And when Eric Ten Hag is clearly letting us know that scoring goal is the one thing he's concerned about. So why not go out and buy out-and-out strikers? Why are you trying to find players and converting them in something else which they are not comfortable with? I will not get it. I will definitely not get it, brother. Believe me. Gurpreet is saying this coach is overrated. Coach, he doesn't have style of play. He play players out of position. He's so arrogant that he don't have respect for our legends. Stop praising this man. Don't know what he is doing. He keeps signing players that we don't need. I don't like him. Okay, Gurpreet, you can have your own opinion, brother. As I always say in this community, you are absolutely entitled to have your own opinion. And I will always respect that. Maybe I will not comply with that, but I will never disrespect you for having your own opinion, brother. Ono is saying, coming off the bench, Bruno and Mount shouldn't play together. I guess you're talking about Garnacho coming off the bench. Bruno and Mount shouldn't play together. They're exposing Casemiro. At least Tomine should have played. For that lineup is exposing our defense and make them look bad. See, Martinez scored own goal and also the first goal he assisted. Noted United fans should stop making Mount a scapegoat. All players are looking bad and it's not their fault. It's the manager's fault. He has to change the tactics. Or no, kudos to you, man. Absolutely kudos to you. We should not be scapegoating any one player, because it was quite clear after both the performance we have just seen against Wolves and Spurs, the entirety of our team was absolute shit. If anyone was putting in an okay performance, the only two guys I would say, it's Varane and Onana. That's it. That is it. Other than those two players, all of those 9 players who have been playing were absolute shit. They look tired. I will never get that. Why they look tired in the very beginning of the season? Manchester City, let that sink in, that Manchester City have played 2 matches already. They haven't substituted one player. Not one player they have substituted, and still those players look like fierce, man. They were fierce up until the final whistle blowed. So you can see the difference of fitness, difference of mentality between Manchester City players and Manchester United players. That needs to change as soon as possible. That needs to change imminently. Absolutely, man. I believe we will do even better than last season, and I think we will make another signing before the window shuts. I really pray we get Amrabat and maybe another striker, even if we go for Felix on loan for the season. Yeah, brother, we need a striker. I will not entertain the idea of Verratti, and that is the main reason I'm not talking about that much. If we are going to sign Amrabat and Verratti, that will not make any sense to me. That will not make any sense to me whatsoever. I do not see a play for Verratti, man. I do not see. I just can't see that. Maybe I am dumb fuck. Maybe that is the case. But if you ask me, if I'm being honest with you, I do not see a proper role play where we can fit Marco Verratti, man. I do not see that. We have enough players in our midfield position. Ishal is saying Mount has to be dropped when Kobe is fit enough to return. Our midfield looks strong. First 2 preseason games we lost Kobe. Now our midfield looks dead. Rashi can play up top. He's much more effective coming off the left. Garnacho is a sub player for now as well. He needs more time. Yeah, man, he does need more time. He does. I will not deny the fact that I was wrong. I was wrong to think that Garnacho was ready for this season. He clearly is not. He clearly is not. He can make a much larger impact if he comes out from the bench in the minute, 60 minutes or 65 minutes with the tired defenders. He can do a much better job than what we have seen in these last 2 matches. Indra is saying there are some setups on the pitch through that are inevitable. It's not going to work. Sorry, brother. There are some setups on the pitch, though, that are inevitable. It's not going to work. It has been tried and tested multiple times. First things first, play players in their correct position. Absolutely right, brother. Absolutely spot on. I will 100% comply with you in that particular notion. You can't play Sancho out of position every game and then be annoyed when he gets stick for a poor game. It's like playing Aaron Wan-Bissaka at left back and wondering why he's rubbish. Absolutely. Kudos to Indrajit as well for putting out, some real concerns. Eric Ten Hag needs to stop that. He absolutely needs to stop that. He needs to work with the players he has got, and he needs to put them in the right natural positions. He needs to stop testing their positions, man. That is messing up our game. That is clearly messing up our game. Jerry is saying, not the manager's fault at all. Majority of the players aren't performing. Our midfield is particular. They didn't show up against Wolves or Spurs. Fernandes is a shadow of himself. Okay, man. Jerry, if you are still live in this show, I will say what you are quite right. I will not argue with what you have written, but just let me just read out one thing. What you have said, not the manager's fault at all. Right. Majority of the players aren't performing. Our midfield is particular, didn't show up against Wolves or Spurs. Right, guys? Absolutely. I 100% comply with that statement of yours. But you know what Eric Ten Hag have said? I thought the midfield was good. Eric Ten Hag thought the midfield was good. Seriously, he thought that. I'm not saying that. It's quote unquote, Eric Ten Hag thought the midfield was good enough. The only problem he thought was our ability to score goals. So yeah, man, that is the one thing I will definitely ask questions to Eric Ten Hag. That why do you think, were you watching the same match what we were watching, and still you are coming out and saying stuff like, yeah, the midfield was good? I mean, seriously, it is the kind of statement which I used to see coming out from Ole, coming out from Jose Mourinho, coming out from Louis van Gaal. He have been, I guess, at last he's accepting his situation, his reality in the club of Manchester United. That it is a mission impossible job with the shitty owners we have. He will not get the backup he wants. He knows that, right? He clearly knows that. At this point, it is quite clear to him that he will not get the backup he wants from the Glazers. So why are you, try testing in the matches, in the matches that matters to us? You could have done that in all of those things in the preseason matches, and you cannot say that we haven't signed any or he haven't got any players in his preseason matches. He have got all three players in all of those preseason matches. Yeah, Willan was injured. Willan is still injured, but he have got Onana. Mount was the first signing. He have been with us for what, 1.5 months, near about 2 months right now. So things need to change, and needs to change really, really fast. Rajdeep is saying his decision making are costing us point. I remember last season he knew Casemiro on a card away from suspension. Instead of subbing him, he left him there. Casemiro picked up a yellow card. His absence cost United point against Arsenal. Man talks too much. Shah, I guess I don't know, man, what you have said, Rajdeep. You're quite right about that. I will not defend anyone anymore, man. Devojyoti is saying he's an average coach. Have seen any kind of change of play since he came on. Still same counter-attacking football from Ole. Yeah, it is quite similar, man. So Devojyoti is saying below top 4. I hope not, brother. I hope not. Challenge for a trophy, but this man in his first season won a trophy, made us to 2 finals and also top 4. You are here blaming him when he has the likes of Sancho, Martial as substitutes. Even Rashford is playing like he has once won a Ballon d'Or. Ritesh is saying that, okay, man. Devoshi is saying there is no excuse for his tactics this season. The honeymoon is over. Last year he had his time to learn the club and player strength. He continues to play Rashford up front where he is not good. Why is... There is no more comment from Devoshi. I don't know why it stopped in why is. Please let me know why is, brother. Ugni is saying project every year. Even a final year student doesn't try this much project. Nevertheless, it's a Man United. The expectation have dropped since years back, so it's nothing new. Yeah, man, we are quite habituated with that. Anyway, guys, I have forgot to say this for what 45 minutes have gone. Okay, I will say this. Kudos to all of you guys for joining. Thank you so much for joining the chat. I was quite frustrated. I am sorry if I have been, a bit hyper or, shouting a bit. I will apologize for that, brother. And I hope you guys, please do make sure to smash the like button if you are enjoying the show, and if you are new to the channel and watching our show and enjoying our show, and a Red Devil, please to help us to reach our next target of 175. We have set a larger target this time. I guess we are 150 right now. So please to help us guys by reaching us at that 175 mark. We will get online every day at 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. in Indian Standard Time, and we will talk about Manchester United, brother. So if you are interested in doing that, please do smash that subscribe button. Steve is saying, what type of human would even say Ten Hag out? We are better than when we started last season. Yeah, man. Even Manchester City want to win games and challenge for the league. They are not talking about what they won last season. Why should we talk about cup that we won last season? Yet the team is playing to be on top 4. Absolutely, Swaraj. Absolutely spot on, brother. Not even two full Premier League games, and Andre Onana has made people look silly for questioning his shot-stopping ability. What an incredible keeper we signed. Yeah, man. He is the most valuable signing in my opinion this year. Believe me. Up until now, the games we have seen, Onana is spot on, brother. He is spot on. That boy called Garnacho shouldn't be starting for us anymore. Rashford should never be our striker anymore. Anthony needs benching to show him he has competition. So many people may not agree, but Bruno has been our worst midfielder this season. I really think Eriksen should replace him, then move Mount a little up the pitch because he has so much energy. He gives his all, but whenever Bruno has the ball, he gives it to the opponent. Casemiro needs Eriksen. He brings so much balance and calmness in our match. You have put on some valuable points, Tonma. You have done that, brother. Onindo is saying, I blame Rashford more than any other player. He's a disgrace. If these are the players we are going to bang our hopes, then we are headed nowhere. At least you understand why Saka is rated higher than him. Saka is consistent while Rashford is one game wonder, let alone one season wonder. See Onindo. I would have gotten that the criticism you have just put in for Rashford, but I do want to see how Saka would perform if Arteta suddenly decides him to put in on that centre forward role. I'm pretty sure you will find the shittiest side of Saka you have ever seen. And that is the case with Marcus Rashford. How many times your Red Devil bro have said that Marcus Rashford does not work on that number 9 position, but we will see in this coming season that Rashford playing as that number 9 role because we haven't signed enough players to play on that particular position. We cannot depend on Rasmus Højlund on every other game. So yeah, brother. Rohit is saying, sorry to say, I will prefer De Gea to stay. I will prefer a new centre back with the current centre backs. I will prefer a new defensive mid with the current midfield without Mount and signing 3 new attackers, 2 number 9 and a right winger. Ten Hag is not mentally good enough. If he is, he will definitely know his attacking line is a joke with Sancho, Martial, Garnacho, Rashford, Anthony and Pellistri. And he should stop signing his former players. Absolutely, brother. As I have said, if there is any element of truth that we are really thinking of signing, Verratti after we sign Amrabat, it would be an absolute joke. What would we do with all those midfielders? What we will play, 4-6, I guess? Our formation will be 1 goalkeeper, 4 defenders, 6 midfielders. Done, man. And in 38 matches, we will, acquire 38 points. Because what? Because we will be drawing every other match. We will not win ourselves and we will not let the opponent win. Good strategy. I guess it can be a good strategy, man. So anyway, guys, I guess you know what? You have enjoyed the show. So please do smash the like button if you have done that. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. And I will see you guys tonight at our 11 p.m. show. So make sure to tune on and we will have our chat. I hope that we will have some positive news to talk about, positive things to talk about. So anyway, guys, as always, kudos to you guys. Thank you so much, all of you brothers, for joining the show. And anyway, we'll see you. Goodbye. Take care. Rohit have said that I love Sheikh Gazim. Please do, Rohit, request Sheikh Gazim to buy our club, man. We need him so bad. We need Sheikh Gazim other than, more than a striker. So yeah, brother, Rohit and Pooja, all of them have, shows us some love. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting the channel, for supporting the community. There have been 48 votes. It is quite divided. 35% think champions, second to third think 27%. Below top 4 is also 25%. Okay, man. I do hope so that, we do qualify for the Champions League next season as well, and we do secure that top 4 spot. So anyway, guys, kudos to you guys. Goodbye and take care. We'll see you at 11 p.m.